Millionaire Alchemists. It's Sarah Elizabeth here, and welcome to the April video newsletter. And this month, because it's the fourth month, we're going to be speaking about the heart chakra, which is the fourth chakra located at the center of the chest. So if everybody wants to just put their hands there for a moment and just check out the energy there, I'm going to teach you a little bit about the heart chakra and how this relates to money and manifesting more money and healing some deep money issues. And as you know, I'm a master teacher of the ancient chakra system, and I relate this to how we can attract money and to abundance into our lives. And I've been really blessed for the past 6 months working with a wonderful mastermind, and I've done almost 30 readings, and it's been fabulous and so informative and powerful. I would like to share some of the wisdom that I have gained and teach you guys some tools to heal your heart. So the heart chakra has to do with mainly compassion, universal love, receiving and giving, the balance of receiving and giving, and forgiveness. Okay, so I'm going to focus on 2 of those today for the newsletter. So there's a circuit of giving and receiving that is energetic, and that if we do not balance that circle, we will not be able to attract money and opportunities and grow money in our lives. A lot of people overgive, and they might be called codependent, and some people undergive, and on the extreme scale, they would be considered narcissistic. Now, there are a lot of people who are narcissistic who have a ton of money, but that is not what I define as true wealth. And just to be clear, true wealth in the Millionaire Alchemy formula means that you are sustaining your money, you are growing your money, and you're happy with your money. You're at peace. So there's a lot of people who have multi-millions and they're not happy, and we see that all around. Or they tend to push the money away and get into lawsuits or bankruptcy. And again, we see that a lot. So what we're working towards with combining the spiritual and metaphysical and emotional aspects of Millionaire Alchemy, we're working towards true wealth so that you can learn to not only earn money, but to manage it, to sustain it, to grow it, and to be happy. And that's what it's all about. So the 2 things, again, I'm going to talk about with the heart chakra are the balance of giving and receiving. So that would mean that if you are giving all day in your business, yes, you're receiving money, but it's important to balance that out at the end of the day, even with a 20-minute self-care ritual, which might mean a bath, a walk, some meal that you make for yourself that's special. And many of us have children, so it's hard to fit in. But I do recommend getting up maybe half an hour earlier just to fit in this self-care ritual of just feeding yourself and receiving. Another place that it's hard for people to receive are compliments. So we always kind of justify if someone says, oh, that's such a beautiful website. We're like, wow, oh, it had so many problems. See if you can just receive, just allow it. Or I love your outfit. Just receive it. Just receive and be quiet and say nothing else. Just thank you. And that's a beautiful way of receiving. So the self-care, receiving compliments, receiving more money and asking for more money and asking for a raise is a way of receiving. So most entrepreneurs tend to overgive. It is not the balance of giving and receiving. Okay? So we want to look for balance there to balance our heart chakra. The second piece that I see as a giant block and very profound in my clients is forgiveness and carrying around resentments and anger in the heart. And a lot of people are unaware of this and they let things fester, and what it is literally blocking energy. And the heart chakra, if we're carrying around resentments, it's very hard to attract new opportunities, money, and experiences into your life to up-level your business. So it's really, really important to clear the heart out. And what I recommend is writing down at night a self-honesty inventory if you are angry at someone and holding a resentment, even if it seems small. Maybe it's the person who sells you the newspaper who's grumpy. Maybe you can write that down. And what I do is I like to kill people with kindness. It's hard to do. And I used to be much, much more angry. I'm an Aries, so people in my 20s and 30s really notice this about me. And in my 40s and 50s, I've softened a lot and I've learned to let go. The other piece is that many entrepreneurs or people are angry and non-forgiving of themselves. And I actually recently had to write a letter to myself to forgive myself for some of the things that I've been doing, some judgments inside and letting go, or maybe some business decisions that weren't good. So what I recommend is writing a letter to yourself or the person that you're very angry at, a very detailed letter, maybe not more than 3 pages. And then sit with it for 3 days. And when you're ready, burn it, but burn it in your kitchen sink so that it doesn't catch anything on fire. And I've done this ritual several times, and I want to share with you that, you know, as you guys know, I've shared that my father passed away at the end of January, so for about 2.5 months ago, and we had a really hard relationship. And I noticed that when I wrote, I've had to do it a number of times, but I wrote a forgiveness letter to my dad and forgiving him for stuff that had happened, and it was really, really painful for me. And I sat with that for 3 days. It might have been 4. And when I burned it, I found out literally the next day that he had left my son $50,000, which I didn't know about, in his will, so that he specifically said to buy a car and to go on a trip for high school. So it was assigned for something, and it was actually very, very moving. And my father left us some money, and then there was another piece of money that I didn't expect from him. So, because really I'm not supposed to receive anything until my mother passes away. So I received these 2 gifts after I did this, unexpected gifts after I did that forgiveness work. Now it's not all over, because I can still feel some stuff bubbling up, but I am going to work on that. So again, I would like you guys to work on the balance of giving and receiving and being kind of conscious of that, and also the forgiveness work. So that will heal your heart chakra, and you will notice that things shift. Like, it might be small. Maybe you'll find $10. Maybe you'll get a new client. But you're going to notice really very quickly after, when you work on these things consciously, that money and opportunity will come to you. Money is a form of energy, and we work on our consciousness, we attract energy and more energy into our lives. So if you have any comments and want to join the conversation in this, please join us at Millionaire Alchemy, our Facebook group, and the link is below. And you can share, and I'd love to hear from you. Have a magnificent day.